Great. So today we are going to talk about joins. So what are joins used for? What is the use of join? What are they used for? Joining two tables. Okay. To combine, correct. To join tables, correct. Joining two tables using primary key, combining two or more tables in horizontal, correct, correct. To join two or more tables, yeah. Inner join and left join, these are the types. Yes, by the name itself, it's very clear that join is used to combine the tables together. It can be two, it can be more as well. Okay. So if you are saying two tables, it will not be the best answer. It can be more than two as well. Okay. Two or more. So let me give you an example. Worker, select projects. These are the two tables that I have. Yeah. I think my tables are visible to you, everyone. This is the first one is my worker table. The below one is my projects table. So what I want to have worker name and the project they are working on. So from which table am I getting worker name? Can anyone tell me that? Which table is giving me worker name? Which table is giving me worker name? Above table, right? In above table, you have first name and last name, which is your worker table. Worker table is giving you worker name, and which table is giving you project name? Which table is giving you project name? Projects table, very good. So we are taking different things from different table here, right? We are taking different things from different. I am using Microsoft SQL Server, Naveen. Okay. So we are taking different things from different table. So when we want different things from different table, we are going to combine those table together in order to extract it out. Is this clear with you? How we are going to do that? When we will move forward, we will be getting to know about that particular thing also. But before performing join, we should know what we have to keep in mind. So what we have to keep in mind? The thing is, both the tables should have a common column. Can you see any common column in both the tables? Can you see any common column? Yes, worker ID is there. So a common column should be there. Otherwise, you will not be able to perform a join. Is this clear with everyone? Till here, do you guys have any issue? Till here, do you guys have any issue? No. Great. Let's talk about the types now. So we have inner join, we have left join, we have right join, we have full join. Full join is also known as full outer join. So if you ever heard about outer join, then it will be classified as full join only. Then we have cross join. Then we have self join as well. Do we have any more join as per you guys? Union are not join. Union are operators. These are set operators. Pradeep. Do we have any other join? Self join I have already written. Left exclusive, right exclusive will be the part of these only. So they will not be classified as different joins. Many people do say about natural join also, right? Natural join. So natural join will not work here. It will work in MySQL. But if we get time, we will be going to learn about this also. Okay, so my main motto is to complete as much joins as I can today. If some joins will left, then we will cover it tomorrow. So our first join is inner join. So what inner join will give you? Inner join will give you common records. Okay. It will give you common records. So let me show you one table. Let's start from join two table. These are the two tables that I have. Okay. So I will be performing a inner join here. Let me copy it. I'll show you in your Excel sheet so that you guys can understand it better. So these are the two tables that I have. This one is my join one table and this one is my join two table. Okay. I want to perform a inner join. What inner join will give you? Inner join will give you common records. So what are common in these two tables? Can anyone tell me that? What are common in these two tables according to you guys? One. Good. Is anything else common according to you? Any one of you? Okay. Common column. Yeah. It will give you common records. So what are my common records, Naveen? One is common, right? Do we have anything else common? One and null. Okay. Okay, Mahesh. Whatever you guys think, I'm just asking you the same records that we have in both columns of our different tables. That's what I am asking you. Different records, same records from both the tables. What are my same records in both the tables? That is what common record means, right? Okay. So let me talk about this. So we have one common, right? We have one common. This one will go with one, correct? This one will go with one. Am I right? One and one. Okay. This one should go with second one also, na? This is also common. Same value is there, 1, 1. So this one should go with second one also. Am I correct? Similarly, we have one more one. So this one will also go with both the ones. Common value, right? Same value. This one will also go with both the ones. Is this clear with you? Will I get null as well? Will I get null as well? Okay, I got one no. I got two no's. So no one thinks that we got null. So null means empty cell, right? What does null means? Null means empty cell. We are comparing same values. We can't compare empty cell with the empty cell, right? Null means empty cell. Null means no value is there. Are you able to get that? What am I trying to tell you here? Okay. Very good, everyone. You guys are very smart. So is this clear? Are you able to get that? What will be my output? Because these type of questions you can expect in your interviews. And if you're not able to understand inner join, you will not be able to understand your other joins that are left now. So how many of you are able to understand this inner join part? Okay, I can see one me. Okay, two. Okay, okay, great, great. So you understand the output, right, everyone? So let's talk about the syntax as well. So how we are going to write down the syntax? Select and from. In from what we used to mention? In from what we used to mention? We used to mention our table names, right? Right, everyone? We used to mention our table names in our from clause, correct? So how we will mention that? I want to have my join one table as well as I will be using a inner join and will combine it with my join two table. Do you have any issue with from clause here? In from you will mention your table name. Okay. Then as I told you, both of these tables should have a common column. So where am I going to mention that common column? In my on clause. In your on clause, you will mention your common column. How will you mention that? First, you will write down your table name dot column name equals to table name dot common column name. Is this clear? and what I want to see, what I want to retrieve. Right now, I want to retrieve everything, so I will be using a asterisk sign. Is this clear with everyone? So these are the record that I have shown you in your Excel sheet as well. Is this clear? 4 1 will be there, and here also 4 1s are there. Clear? Any issue to anyone in this part? If somebody will ask you what will be my output, will you be able to do that? Very good. That's great. That's great. Let's talk about a real-time example then. I want to have worker name and the project name they are working on. So what I want to have a worker first name and the project name they are working on. Do I need anything extra? Do I need extra workers? Do I need extra projects? Tell me everyone, do I need any extra worker who don't have any project like that? I only want to have those workers who have a project. And I only want to have those projects who have a worker, right? So I only want to have common records. I don't want to have anything extra. Am I right? So here we will be using a inner join. How we will write that? I'll write from, then my table name. What's my table name? I will be using worker table and I will be combining it with the help of inner join with my projects table, right? And in my own clause, what will I write? I'll write my common column. So what is my common column in both these tables? Can you see any common column in both these tables? It will be worker ID. So how we will mention? Yes, correct. Worker ID. How we will mention that? I'll write worker dot worker ID equals to projects dot worker ID. Am I right? Common column. And then what I want to see? I want to see my first name. I want to see my project name. That's all. Is this clear with everyone? Are you able to get the syntax? So I am only getting those workers who have a project. Nothing extra is there. Clear? Good, Mahesh. Okay. So if I write, you have to tell me whether the syntax is correct or not. I want to have worker ID also. So if I write worker ID, is this correct or not? Okay, I got one no, correct. No, yes, ambiguous. Why it will be wrong? You can see that worker ID is in both tables, right? The same column is in both tables. Am I right, everyone? The same column is in both tables. So, okay, let me mute him. So worker IDs in both tables. So how will my server know from which table am I taking this worker ID from? If I run it, it will be giving you ambiguous column. Why so? Because your server don't know from which table you are taking this worker ID from. So you have to mention your table name. If it is a worker table, you have to mention worker. If it will be from projects table, you have to mention projects. Is this clear with everyone now? So if a column will be there with same name in both the tables, then you have to mention the table name also before. Did you get that? Great. Okay. Let me tell you one more interesting thing. Our table name can be very big as well. Right now we have a very short table name, but our table name can be very big. It can be of more than a line also, right? So what we have to give? We have to give alias. Like we will be using worker as W. So I'll write W beside that and projects as P. Yes, this is known as alias. So instead of worker, I can use W now. And instead of projects, I can use P now. Is this clear with you? So we have shortened our table name by giving alias over here. Clear? Both of them will be giving you same answer only. Nothing difference will be there. 11 records, 18 records and 18 records. Is this clear with everyone? Okay, great. So how many of you have confusion with inner join now? No one? So how many of you are able to understand? Okay, you have some confusion, Naveen? Okay. So how many of you are able to understand everything about inner join that we have talked about right now? If you get inner join, you will get other joins as well very easily. Good, good. Can we shorten and give where condition complex kind? Like what you mean, Samrat? Can you tell me more about this?
I mean to say that can we use the aggregate functions in the inner join?
Aggregate function. In select clause, you will write down aggregate functions. No, there you are talking about.
Yes, yes.
If I'll use aggregate function, then group by will be compulsory for us, right? Because non-aggregate and aggregate function will be there together, right? Are
Yeah,
you able
got
to
it.
get that? So you
Yes.
have to mention group by. Like if I'll say that I want to have a worker name and the number of project they are working on. So how will I do that? Let me write down this question. What I mean, what I want to have. So let's try it, everyone. This is one of the most interesting question that he told us. Worker name and the number of projects they are working on. So let's try it out. Select from. So we are taking worker name from our worker table, right? Right, everyone? You have to tell me yes or no, please. We are
Yes.
taking and project's name is from projects table, correct? Project ID or project name, whatever we are taking, correct? So we have to use both the tables. So we will be using our inner join here, inner join projects. And what else we have to mention? On clause, compulsory. What we have to mention in on clause? Common column. So what
Worker.
does it? Yes, worker
Worker
ID.
ID.
Very good. Worker ID from both the tables, right? And what I want to have. I want to have worker name, so which is my first name, and the project they are and the number of projects. So how will I count number of projects? By using count. And how will I count projects? By either using project ID or you can use project name as well. Correct? Till here, do you have any issue, anyone?
No.
What else is remaining here? This is a aggregate column, right? And this is a non-aggregate column. So group by will be compulsory for us, right? I have told you when we have an aggregate and a non-aggregate column together, then group by will be compulsory. And in group by, what you will add? Your non-aggregate columns. Is this clear with you, everyone? So we'll get first name and the number of projects they are working on. Is this clear with everyone now?
Yes.
Any issue?
Yes, ma'am.
No issues. How can I give the alias to this column? How can I give this column a name? By using alias.
As
Yes,
As
let's
keyword
give it
name.
as counts. I'm just giving a random name, whatever I can think. Okay. So here you can see that this column will be denoted as counts now. Any issue anywhere, anyone? Great. Great. Very smart. Also, we can use having. Yes, we can use having. Let's say I want to have those first name where count is greater than 2. That can be a question, right? Let me extend this. I want to have those first name where number of project is greater than 2. That means I want to have those worker who are working in more than 2 projects. That can be a question, right, Naveen? I can have those worker who are working in more than 2 projects at a single time. So what we have to do? We have to add having.
Having
So what
count
we will add?
greater
Yeah,
than 2.
very good. You guys are very smart. Having count is greater than 2
Count 2. Yeah.
because I want to have those. So here you can see that Pushkar is there who is working in more than 2 projects as well as Vishal. So let's see whether we are getting the same result or not. Yeah, Vivek is also there who is working in 4 projects. Is this clear with everyone?
Pragya, there the count is count mean it's meaning when we see blindly it won't show anything, right? Can we include the project name as well with this same kind of query?
Here you are writing down the
Mm.
project name. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, then we need to use the group by again, right? It will make more
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, a project will be here
Mm.
also, and it's going to cause you like your result will get changed. Okay. There is a
Can use
function called string
group
aggregate. If you want to see the name of your projects, then there is a function called string aggregate. It is in Microsoft SQL Server, and I think in MySQL it will be concat something. You guys can figure out in MySQL. So string aggregate, what it will do, you have to mention your column names, which you have to aggregate, let's say your project's name and the separator that you want to give. So I want to give a comma as my separator. Group concat, correct. So what it will give you, it will give you your project's name in a single cell like this by a comma separator because you have given a comma here. Okay. Who was asking me this? And string aggregate is also an aggregate function, so you don't have to mention it in your group by. Okay. Who was asking me this? Something new you guys got to know today, right? String aggregate, a new
Yeah.
concept. Okay. What you guys can do, you can figure out yourself, do some searches. If you're not able to find out, I'm here to explain it to you more. Okay? That you guys can think it as your homework for today. Why it is an aggregate function, that one, could you please share the query in the chat box? Of course, I will. I will share you full PDF. This is your query. Okay? Learn more about string aggregate, what string aggregate is, why it is an aggregate function, and what is the alternative in MySQL, Oracle, or Postgre, which you guys must be using. Okay? Did you get that? That will be your homework. If you will not be able to find out, I'm always here. I'll answer you in class. Got it? Great. Let's talk more. Is inner join clear with everyone? Do
Pragya, I
you?
have a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure. Yes, sure.
Yeah, actually, I am asking. We are using select count aggregation function in aggregate in a select clause as
Yeah.
alias counts. Can be
Yeah.
used directly in having counts greater than 2.
No, 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 no.
No.
No. Who will answer me this? Why no? Why no? Order of execution. Okay. So there is something called order of execution. Yeah, I have already explained that. Correct. What is order of execution? We are writing the query in this format, but our query is not executed like that. Our query will execute from first. Then it will execute where?
Software
Then
group
group by.
by
Then
having
having, and after that order by. Okay. So, and select is also after having.
select.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are giving alias in our select clause, but having is running before select, na? So how am I having know that we have given the alias? Are you able to get that?
Yeah, get it. Thank you.
Yeah, that's why we can't use. Whereas you can use that alias in your order by, because order by is running after select. You can write order by counts. Okay, that will work. Why so? Because order by is running after select. Is this clear with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any issue to anyone? Anywhere? You guys can write no as well if no issue there. Okay. So can we move towards our another join then? Great. If inner join is clear, you will be able to understand other joins as well very easily. So our next join is left join. What left join will give you? Left join will give you all records from left table. Correct. So how it will give you all records from your left table? The best way is to find out common records first and then remaining records
Remaining
from, yes,
left
correct.
table.
Very good. Remaining records from your left table. Let's figure out in our tables that we have in our Excel sheet. These are the tables. We have to perform a left join, okay? And which table you have to perform as a left table? You have to consider for now, join one table as your left table, okay? Consider join one table as your left table. What left join will give you? Left join will give you common records and remaining records. I want answers from everyone. What do you guys think? What will be the output? In the same way, you have to tell me the output, whatever you guys think. I just want to see what you guys will write. Even if it will be wrong, I'm here to correct you. That's all. Okay. I want everyone to answer. It will not matter whether it will be a wrong or right. I just want to see how much you are able to understand till now. If something will be wrong, I'll correct you. Okay. Okay, Navya. Okay, Samrat. Good. Good, Mahesh. Good, Naveen. Okay. Good. And Burson. Okay. So first we will get common records, right? Right, everyone? First, good, Vivek. First, we will get common records, right, everyone? So what are my common records? My common records, the same record that I was getting in my inner join. These are my common records, right? Inner join was also giving me common records only, na? Did you get that? Any confusion in common records to anyone, anywhere? Okay. Then remaining records from your left table, which is my left table. Join one table is my left table. What are my remaining records? 2 and null. So I'll get them. With them, what we will get? Nothing, because I have nothing. Is this clear with everyone now? Do you have any confusion in this output? Okay, great. Now you have to, okay, very good. Now you have to consider join two table as your left table and do let me know the result. Whatever you guys think. Join two table as your left table now. I will let you know how you are going to write down the query, but you have to consider join two table as your left table for now. What will be my records? Common records and remaining records from your join two. Okay, Mahesh, 3 is also there. You forgot 3. Okay. So I can see one answer. Good, Samrat. Good, Navya. Good, good, Mahesh. Good, Yashika. Good, Sauvik. Good, Vivek. Everyone very good. So first we will get common record. My common record will be same as here. Am I right? And then remaining records. What are my remaining records? 3 null are my remaining records, correct? 3 null are my remaining records. So I will get them. Is this clear with that? What will I get? Nothing. Because nothing will be there. Is this clear with you now? 3 null are my remaining, so that's what we will get over here. Any issue to anyone in my result, in the output? Do you guys have any issue in the output? Any one of you? Okay, so everyone can understand this now? Okay, let's figure out the syntax now. So how my syntax will look like? Let's consider our joined one table as left table here. So how it will look like? Select from. First, we will always write down our from clause. If I write left join here, Which one is your left side? Beside from is your left side or beside join is your left side? See by your hands. Which one is your left side? Beside join or beside from? Beside from, right?
Besides from,
Yeah, before left join, correct. Beside from is your left side. So any table that you will write on the left side will be your left table. Is this clear? Any table that you will write down on your left side will be your left table, and any table that you will write down on your right side will be a right table. Is this clear? And we get everything from our left table because we will be using a left join here. On condition, the same on condition, common records will be there. And what I want to see? I want to see everything, so I will be writing down an asterisk here. Is this clear with everyone? Do you have any issue in the solution or the output? No. So is this clear? Which table is your left table? The table that is in your left side. Clear? Did you understand that? Okay. So let's use this table again. What you guys have to find out. Listen my question carefully. So we need to have all worker name. All worker name. Okay. We need to find out all worker name. If they have a project, give project name. Else, keep it null. So are you able to understand this question? We need to have all worker name. If they have a project, we will get a project name. If they don't have any project, we will get a null instead. So from which table do I need to have everything? From which table do I need to have everything? Okay, very good. From worker table, I want all the worker name, right? So I have worker name in my worker table. So which table will be my left table? Worker table, correct. If I'm using a left join. So try to write down the syntax. Whatever you guys think, try to write down the syntax for this one. How will you do this? Try to write down the syntax for me, please. Good, Mahesh. Good, Souvik. Good, Vishal. I told you why inner join Vishal. I want to have all worker names, right? So I want to have extra workers also who, yeah, no worries. Don't be sorry. So you all understand it, right? We consider our worker table as our left table because we want to have everything from our worker table. Correct? We want to have all worker names. So worker table will be my left table here. So I will write down on my left side. Is this clear with everyone? Then projects on worker.worker ID equals to projects. Very good everyone. Vivek and Abris. I am not able to pronounce your name, sorry. Worker ID, and what I want to have here, I want to have first name and I want to have project name. So if I'll show you here, you can see that I'm getting those workers who have a project as well as I'm getting those workers also who don't have any project. Can you see here? Is this clear with everyone? So we have every worker who have a project and who don't have a project. Is this clear? That's all we wanted, right? Good, everyone. Good, Pradeep. Okay, so let's extend this question a little bit more. What I want to have, I only want to have those workers who don't have any project. Is my question clear with everyone? I want to have those workers who don't have any project. How will you know that which worker don't have any project? In this result, how will you know which worker don't have any project? How you know that people don't have any project? Because you can see a null here, right? Null means no project is there. Am I right, everyone? Am I right? Null means no project is there. I want to have those workers only who don't have any project. So what will I say? I will say that I want to have those workers where my project name is null. Whenever you are using null and not null, you always have to mention is. You will not use equals to. Okay, Naveen? Yeah, so here you can see that we got those workers who don't have any project. Is this clear with everyone? This is also known as left exclusive join, which Mahesh was talking about. Okay, when you have where condition with null. Is this clear? Yes, left empty join also. Correct. So how many of you are able to understand left join now? Left outer join is this one. This is your left outer join. Left join and left outer join is same. Okay? Yeah. So everyone is able to understand left join, then it will be easy for you to understand right join also. Left join was giving you everything from left table, right join will give you everything from your right table. Okay? Everything from right table. The same way I will say you to find out. First, you will have your common records and then remaining records from your right table. Okay? So if I'll say you that I want to perform a right join here and I want you to consider right table as your join one table. Okay? So I'll consider my join one table as right table. So what we will get? We will get common records and then remaining records from your right table. So what will be my solution? Can you guys please write down that? Remaining from join one. I'm considering my join one table as my right table. So what will be my output if I'm performing a right join? Considering my join one table as my right table. Are you able to get my question, everyone? No yeses is there? Are you able to understand my question, everyone, what I want to have? How will I know then if you're not going to say anything? Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, that's all I wanted to have. Now, do you understand what right join is? What is right join? What is right join?
Common details and all the minimum details of right table.
Yeah, everything from right table, correct? How we will get that? First, we will get common records, then remaining records from our right table, correct? Correct, common records and remaining records, correct. So which table I want you to consider as your right table? I want you to consider join one table as your right table and you have to perform a right join now. Are you able to get that now? Good there. Are you able to understand it now? Good, Mahesh. I want to perform a right join by considering my join one table as my right table. Got it? How many of you are able to understand it now? And how many of you haven't? Good, Samrat. Navya, Naveen,
I had a little bit confusion with it.
Sure, you can ask your confusion.
Sorry.
Yeah, can you please pardon again so that I can hear again? Okay. What was the confusion? Good, Navya. Okay, so let me tell you that you are considering join one table as your right table now. Good, Vivek. So first we will get common records. These are my common records. Am I correct? These are my common records. Remaining record from your right table, which is my right table. Join one table is my right table. So these are my remaining records. Let me paste it here. With them, what we will get? Nothing. So I'll write null here. Okay. Now I'll show you my, so can you see any difference in these records here and here? Can you see any difference? No. What that means? That means wherever you're using a left join, in these cases, you can use right join also. It's up to you. Okay? Wherever you're using a left join, in these cases, you can use right join also. Got it? Just you have to replace the position. I have told you, right? Which table will be your right table? The table that is in your right side, correct? The table that is in your right side, which is your right side? This one or this one? Which is your right side? Beside join or beside from? Which one is your right side? Beside join. Yeah. So I'll write down my table from which I want to have every record on my right side if I'm using a right join, right? And everything else will be same only. Everything will be same. You don't need to change anything. I want to have everything, so I will be writing down a star and you will be getting the same result, 2 null null. Is this clear with everyone now? So here you can see that if I'll show you, if I'll paste beside your left join only, so here you can see that the result will be same. Here just you are writing down your table from which you want to have every record on your left side because you are using a left join. Here you are writing down that table name on your right side. That's it. Is this clear with everyone now? Any confusion? Everything is same, just you have to interchange your tables position. Clear? Okay. How will you do this question then? Try to do this question with the help of right join now. I want to have all worker name. If they have a project, give a project name, else keep it null. Okay. So how will you do this question with the help of right join I'm talking about? What I want to have everything, I want to have all worker name. So I want to have everything from my worker table. So which table is your right table? If you are performing a right join, do let me know in the chat box, please. Try to write down the syntax, everyone. Pradeep, you are using a left join here. By mistake, you have written left, I guess. Souvik correct. Mahesh correct. Mahesh, you are using a right join. Which table will be on your right side? See your right side, please. I want to have everything from my right table, which is my worker table. Correct. I want to have everything from my right table, which is my worker table. Am I right, everyone? I want to have everything from my right table if I'm using a right join. Am I right? So from which table I want to have everything? From my worker table. So that table will be on my right side because I'm using a right join. Is this clear? Result will be same only. You can see the result will be same. Number of records, 24. Number of records, 24. Result is same. You can use any join, left or right. These are interchangeable. Just you have to change the position. Here you can see that I'm just changing the position. I want to have everything from my worker table. If I'm using a left join, I will keep my worker table on the left side. If I'm using a right join, I'll keep it on my right side. Is this clear? How many of you are able to understand them? And how many of you haven't? Do let me know how many of you will not be able to understand this. Like how many of you haven't understood this? Okay, I got 2 yeses. What about others? Okay, 3 yeses. Okay, so everyone is okay with that. Okay, last join for today. Let's cover it a little bit fast. Full join, or you can say it as full outer. What full join will give you? Full join will give you everything from both the tables. Okay, everything from both tables. Did you get that? It will give you common records as well. And it will give you remaining records from both the tables. Okay. How it will give you that? Let's talk about our Excel sheet here. So if I'm using a full join, what will I get? What are my common records? My common records will be same as my inner join, right? My common records will be same as my inner join, am I right?
Yes.
So let's copy them. And then remaining records. What are my remaining? In my first table, 2 and null are remaining, so I'll copy them. In my second table, 3 null are remaining, so I'll copy them and will paste over there. Is this clear? Are you able to get that, everyone? Easy. And here, position of table will not matter. You can write down any table at any position, okay? In left and right, only you have to keep the table position in your mind. Otherwise, in full and inner, it will not cause any difference. Full join, join 2, on, join 1.id equals to my join 2.id. Is this clear with everyone? That's what we have talked about. 2 null and 3 null. Clear? Very good. Very good. So let's do our question also. I want to have all worker name and all projects name. So I want to have everything from both. All worker name. I want to have all worker name as well as I want to have all projects name. How will I do that? By using full join. Am I right? Because I want to have all worker name and all projects name. So what we have to do? All worker name. Yes. You can write full also. You can write full outer also. Okay. Correct. Good everyone. So we got those worker also who have a project. We got those worker also who don't have any project, and we got those projects also who don't have any worker. Is this clear with everyone? So we get everything from both the tables now. How many of you get it?
Got it.
Great. Can I extend this question a little bit more? Like last question for today. Let's extend it a little bit more. So I want to have those workers now who don't have any project. And I want to have those projects who don't have any worker either. How will you do that in a single query? I want to have those workers who don't have any project, as well as I want to have those projects who don't have any worker. So what we have to do now? Okay, I can see one and. How will you know that that worker don't have any project? How will you know that? Here, how will you know that these worker don't have any project? Because their project name is null, right? So I can say project name is null. Am I right? This will give me those workers who don't have any project. Am I correct? Yes or no? Yeah, I'm using a where clause. Just you have to tell me yes. So I got those workers who don't have any project. Now I'll say that I want to have those projects who don't have any worker. That means their first name is null. If I'll use and here, what and means, guys? What and means? What and means?
Both the conditions should be.
If both the conditions should be true, then I will get this now. Both places null. Isn't it wrong? If I'll use and, I will get both places null, na? I will get this. Do I want that? No. I want to get those workers who have who don't have a project, or I want to have those projects who don't have a worker. So I will be using over here. Is this clear with everyone? So I got those projects who don't have any worker. I got those worker also who don't have any project. How many of you can understand this now? Good everyone. So that's all from my side, everyone. Yeah. So how many of you are part of my group? Thank you everyone. How many of you are part of my group? The SQL discussion group. Thank you so much.